Hi, Molly Gordon here. One of the most frustrating and discouraging things that can happen when you work for yourself and when you're committed to becoming more profitable, when you're trying to make a better living or any living at all, is to find that you set intentions, make choices about how you're going to grow your business, and you don't follow through. So here's one thing that may very likely be going on with that. It's called the immunity to change. And this was first, this immune system was first laid out by Robert Kegan and Lisa Lasko-Leahy of the Harvard School of Adult Education. And it's really quite a brilliant insight to why it is that we don't do what we say we're going to do. And the good news is that it's not that you're neurotic or that you're flawed or lack willpower. It's that you are a complex human being and that at certain developmental points in our lives, we come to a place where we have competing commitments, a conscious commitment to do or be one way and an unconscious commitment to something that opposes that choice. So here's how it works. You begin with a conscious commitment, perhaps to be on top of your finances. Then you look at what are you doing or not doing that keeps you from being on top of your finances. And perhaps one thing is that you're not sitting down every week and adding up your income and expenses. Then you look at what are you worried would happen if you did sit down each week and look at your income and expenses. And you make a list of all those worries, whatever they are. And then you look for the competing commitment related to each worry. So let's say that you're worried that if you sat down and added up your income and expenses, you'd realize how little you are making. Your competing commitment is to not realize how little you're making. So the commitment is to keep track of your finances. What you're not doing is sitting down and adding up your income and expenses. You're worried that if you knew your income and expenses, you'd realize how little you're making. And your competing commitment is to not know how little you're making. Now that may sound neurotic to you, but it's perfectly natural if you look at the big assumption underlying the competing commitment. And perhaps that assumption is, if I realized how little I'm making, I would stop. I wouldn't be able to work for myself. Now that assumption is testable. It's not necessarily true. And the key to undoing this immunity to change is to find that assumption or the several assumptions and test them compassionately, gently, and firmly, because they're almost always either untrue or only partially true. When you unravel the assumption, you unravel the immune system, and you're free to take those actions that you have been planning to do but haven't been doing. I hope this has been helpful. We all have this immune system, and as I said at the beginning, it's a sign that you're a complex human being who has reached a developmental inflection point, which is actually good news. It means that you're evolving and that you're growing past a place where you were before. And what's required is a firm, compassionate, rigorous look at what's going on and a commitment to unraveling those big assumptions one by one. Thanks for watching.